Hey everyone. Before we get started with today's episode, I just wanted to mention that we referenced a few times that we are filming this episode, which actually did not work out, so we're going with audio only on all platforms.
Welcome back to the Chat Lab podcast. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ethan, and this is the podcast where thoughts are tested and subjects are studied. Well, how are you doing today anyway?
I'm doing good. I will say that I overslept a little bit. So first of all, we're here together. So today we were able to come together, so we're doing video version this time instead of
for
just...
our audio listeners, this is a video podcast if you want to check it out on our YouTube.
We're doing that this time. But yeah, so last time started off quite rocky. Because we didn't know what we were doing. It was our first time. We popped our podcast cherry. And
now we're veterans, so this is definitely our first time recording this episode.
Yeah, no, we didn't cut each other off the first time in the intro.
Didn't happen.
So, what's on the agenda today? We're going to get into it. Today we're going to be talking about
Cox.
Our job experiences and then Cox.
Right.
So, I suppose you're looking for a job right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying really hard. You know, you hit on LinkedIn, you're on Indeed, and you keep getting, these are 30 new jobs in your area. And it's like retail assistant. And that's fine. You apply to them with your CV, and then they tell you they're not moving forward with you every time. That's just me though. But the reason I'm talking about this being a thing, because I wouldn't just bring up me being shit at getting the job for the sake of it. It's how thorough people think they need to hire a retail assistant. Like, for example, Lidl. Sorry to name drop Lidl, but...
or Lidl or Lidl, depending where you're from.
Whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, you go onto their website and you give in all your information, you attach your CV, a cover letter, whatever you want. And then it's like, okay, now, could you set aside 40 minutes to take this survey?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a scenario survey of like, Tommy slipped in a banana. Your manager's not there. What do you do? It's a bit more extensive, but
so
those
it's
kind of
like
questions.
John has 47 watermelons minus
no
19.
Maths. It's just a moral thing.
Oh yeah. Well, I did something similar with Centra when I worked in Centra for a year, but I was just doing part-time, and at the start they get you to watch this tutorial video of how to treat customers.
Oh yeah, no, the Duns are the same thing. Yeah,
you just sit down and watch it, and
but that was when you were hired, right?
Yeah, I was hired.
So
I
haven't even clicked apply yet, and I have to take a 40-minute thorough almost interview with a computer that can't take into account me at all. It just goes right or wrong. But that's not even the worst part. So there's like 20 questions. So it does take 40 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes to do, and it's extensive. And then they reply to you in 2 weeks and tell you they're not having you. Wasting my time completely.
Yeah, you should really be doing that in the interview or before
I suppose
the
you can't really do many interviews now. But
yeah, but I know a lot of places, especially Apple, they do like 3 interview processes, or
yeah,
they go through multiple stages before they actually.
I just think they're filtering too hard. Like, if I got them wrong, I'd like to know what they are first off, even if they don't give me the job. But second, maybe given a chance to learn the right ones.
Yeah,
they're not like you have an option to kill your manager for a pay raise or not. Which do you do? They're not. It's just like you finished your work early, so you get to leave, but you see your colleagues need help. Do you tell your manager? Well, it's like shit. Like, do you tell your manager you're done and can go, or if there's any more work, or that you're leaving, or that you're busy and you have to leave? This kind of stuff. It's like very almost the same answer.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the situation. Like, there's been times where I voluntarily work when I'm supposed to be done. This was when I also worked in Specsavers. This was when we were closing, and I was like, do you need me to do anything? Or I'd either ask, I'd just do it, or I'd say, I really need to go. Is it okay if I leave just 5 minutes early? And they're like, yeah, no problem. See, it depends on the situation. It can't be like a right or wrong. This is what you say to your manager. It should be depending on what you need to do, or depending if they're what's there to do in the shop. So I don't get that. I think they should really do either scrap that or have another stage where after your application is accepted, you then do the questions.
Yeah, because most interviews for part-time retailers, especially because they're all entry-level jobs, is they interview to make sure that you're not scummy.
Yeah.
They bring you in, they look at you up and down, and you shouldn't do that, but they do that because it works most of the time. They look
Yeah.
at you and go, you're nice looking, you're probably not going to try and rob the store.
Yeah.
And then they do an interview, a few questions, and then they hire. But this one is like a literal aptitude test. Like, okay, the other one was next. And it wasn't a scenario. It kind of was a scenario one, but it was also I had to read a comprehension and answer questions, and then take a maths test.
So you did have to do Johnny Has 47 at
In
one
next, yes. On top of how would you describe yourself in these? Like,
I think if you're in college, you deserve to be it should be assumed that you know basic maths. If you're in college,
if they're hiring people that can be filtered out by basic maths, why didn't I get the job?
Well, when I first went for Centra, I got it. I got it the day of, as in they didn't send me away. I got it. It was like the interview ended and they were like, "Welcome." But that's partly due to the fact that it was a part-time thing. Because I was still in school, so I was just doing it after school. A couple times a week type thing. And then with Specsavers, I first went in for a work experience. I did a week of work experience, and they were saying that I should come back for a summer job. And I kind of had it in my mind that I really wanted it anyways, because I actually really enjoyed working there way more than I preferred Centra.
Well, yeah.
Because I've said it multiple times, and I'll say it again. Centra was 3 hours was 3 days for me. Like, as in I would be staring at the clock. It just went so slow. But with Specsavers, I did the work experience, went away, went back to school, whatever. And then after that, I went to apply for summer, and I got it pretty much instantly.
Is there something else I can help with?
I don't think.
Siri wanted to chime in. He got that it's your summer. That's what it said. But when I came back then for summer, it was pretty easy. I just kind of applied, and I didn't even apply. I just sent it to them because I knew them by then, and they were like, "Yeah, no problem." Because they even said, "Try to come back for summer, and we'll see what we can do." So I knew I was going to get it.
Yeah.
And I worked there for the summer. There's a couple.
What did they do? They gave you a chance for work experience.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't give you an aptitude test on what kind of shit were you doing there? Accounting?
No, I was doing, for the work experience at least, I was doing very basic things.
Exactly. That's what you do in an entry level job. So
yeah,
I don't see why.
I put the glasses away into their cases for delivery or for pickup. I would clean the trays for when you give people their glasses. I did another thing where I learned how to do the computer upstairs to scan in customers and patients. I don't know what they're called. They're both, basically.
You learn it there and then, you know? Like,
yeah.
What if you had to apply for that?
I also got to use the machine, the eye test machine before you go into the optometrist. I did that too. But then when I came back, it was just a bit of a rough patch because I was a bit rusty. But it was fine. And I learned a lot more things. I learned how to actually deal with customers more. I learned how to, I even got as far as selling them glasses and stuff. And, you know, I did everything. Obviously the only thing I didn't do was the optometrist job because that's their thing. And with work experience, it was a lot of talking, more so in summer because I was actually working in summer, whereas in work experience, I needed to learn. So I was talking to I don't know what they're called, but the ear doctors. I don't know what they're called. I was talking to the optometrist. I was talking to everybody, trying to get a feel for the place, trying to get a feel for the different, I guess, career fields that were in Specsavers. Some of them were really cool. That's how I learned about the bone conduction headphones.
Yeah.
Because I saw that you could do bone conduction. That's how they test. And then I got bone conduction headphones then. So
That's what I'm saying. Like when you went to apply for that job, you didn't.
both of them I got immediately. Like
Yeah. Well, yeah. So like when you went to apply for work experience for Specsavers, they didn't make you sit down and fill out this form and be on how to operate an iMachine.
No, I just gave in my CV and said I want to do work experience here.
And they took you on. You know, it's. I think maybe little because little they pay well, so I guess they
But
can.
I
be
did
thorough.
apply. I did apply to another place. I applied to a graphic design agency, and they didn't even read it.
Yeah.
They didn't even call me back. They didn't even text. They didn't email. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I had to contact them to ask what the story was. It was like 2 weeks. They hadn't said anything, and I was like,
Yeah.
I need to know if I can get a job. And yeah, we called, and they were like, yeah, we're just not really taking on anyone. I was like, okay, but you could have told me.
Yeah, they just don't care.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like they probably just looked at it and binned it.
That's what I'm saying though. People like there was a place, not for the one I applied to Pennies recently, just there, and there wasn't a thorough application process. But I think I applied for a different. It's like a sort of Pennies story. It might have been Pennies, but the website was different because it gave me the same kind of scenario thing as Little, except it made me choose best and worst, not right or wrong, which is actually harder because I have to get both of them right per question.
Oh,
It would be like you're queuing in a store or not, like there's a really long queue in the store and you're about to go on your till for it to open, and a customer asks you, is this in a size whatever? Do you tell someone else, tell them to go find someone else, tell them to come up to the till with you and wait till you can get someone else to help them, or go on your till late or whatever? And like,
well, I feel like going until late would be best.
they're
And
just scenario based.
I think telling them to go get someone themselves is worst.
Yeah, but
Because at least the other one is middle ground. It's like,
you think that, but there's so like there would be 4 options, so it wouldn't be best, worst, middle. 'Cause that's way too easy. I think there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 options. I just couldn't think of a 4th one. I'll like tell your manager. You
Nice
just
one.
can't tell what they're looking for really at all, and it's just so annoying. Like, I don't mind little because that's like €13 an hour. They can be thorough. It's fine
Yeah.
because when you're in there, they do pay well, even though they're very competitive. Like they put up a scoreboard of like how many items you scan per hour in the month.
we had that in Specsavers too. We had a thing for, I think when you got a good review, because when you go into Specsavers and you get glasses or a test, you enter in their email if they don't already have an account. You enter in their email and then it sends them an email a couple of weeks later or like a week later saying, review your experience. And if you get mentioned, you get a star on the back of the board of the staff room. There's like a poster with all the names. You get a big gold star beside your name.
Yeah.
I got one. And throughout the whole entire summer, I got one. But that was more of like a learning your way around, telling people, hey, I'm Evan,
Yeah.
And especially when I'd never dealt with them after the optometrist. I never got a chance to do that because I didn't know how to sell at all. Like I didn't have that flair. I couldn't work
don't
with people
either.
like that. But I could work with people fine. But if it came to a point where I got on really well with someone, I'd say to the other people, like my colleagues, I'd be like, let me take this one. I think I got this. And there was a couple times where, I came close. There was 2 occasions where the person that was with them messed it up for me. So there was one where the wife was like, I don't want anything. Basic as you can get. And the husband was like, I don't really care. He said, whatever is best. He said, I don't really care about the
He'll
price.
just wear 'em.
Yeah, he just wear like she was all, I want cheap, and he was like, I want the best. Or not best, but just easiest. Whatever would be best for
He
me.
didn't care, and
Yeah, whatever's best for his eyesight at least.
yeah.
So like anti-glare and all this, but that was €45 on top of it for each pair. So
Yeah.
it was like, nope. And I was explaining, for tension headaches, if you get the ones that are of a certain price or above, they have springs in them.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I don't know. Yeah, or she was like, no, I don't want them. She did say that I was a very good salesperson, but I wasn't gonna get her. So at least she knew what I was trying to do. Like, she knew that I was trying, and she appreciated it, but she was just saying that she wasn't the kind of person that would work with. But I was like, okay. There's another time where I kind of sold myself in this one. I was flirting a bit with like an older lady, because I was just like, not an older lady now, not old, not old, as in older than me at least. But her daughter was there as well, and her daughter was older than me too. Like, as in, it wasn't like I was gonna get with her. I wasn't flirting, but like every now and then I'd say like a flirty word, just not even flirty, but just try to make her feel amazing in the glasses that she was wearing. Do you know what I mean? No. When I say flirt, like, I mean, it wasn't getting weird.
You're hyping up your client.
Yeah, I was just hyping her up. I wasn't flirty. I was hyping her up.
So that's what you say. You don't say you're flirting with your.
Just leave me alone, okay?
Specsavers won't have you back.
I wasn't flirting. Anyways, her daughter, she liked the glasses. She liked them, and then her daughter was like, "Nah, they're too big on you. Nah, they don't fit you right. Nah, I don't like the design." And I was like, shut up. Eventually, then I put them in one of the bags, because she wanted to keep them for later. So I put them in a bag and then put them in the drawer for, safekeeping.
Yeah.
I don't know if she ever got them, but those two situations where the person that was with them was against it and they were all for it, and I was just like, the 2 times I tried to sell were the 2 times that it failed. Because, well, actually, no, I tried a couple times other than that, but as in,
sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hit and miss, like.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of different people you get in there is insane.
Well, everyone needs eyes, so.
Yeah, but like, as in, you can get some wacky characters in Specsavers.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world you go, there will be a wacky person in Specsavers that comes in looking for glasses. One of my colleagues told me this story once that this old guy came in and he asked for glasses that could see 360, like normal people can see. He said, people without glasses, can't they see behind them 360? That's what he thought. He wanted glasses that could be 360. I mean, how do you come up with that?
No.
Like, when he was younger, could he see in 360? I don't know. Yeah.
I think he just took the whole mother phrase of "I have eyes in the back of my head" a bit too far.
He was like, I want those eyes in the back of my head.
Specsavers.
Surely Specsavers.
That's what she said. She was like, he was like, I want those. Where can I get those?
Should have gone to Specsavers.
And he thought about it then 40 years later, and he strolls into Specsavers.
Looking for 360 view.
Hi, how's it going? Can I get a pair of 360 glasses, please?
€360? I don't think we own those. No,
No.
like, as in, I want to see behind me, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
They're like mirrors, but like, sure, look, like
you can do it in a car, like, why can't I do it in real life?
yeah, like normal people, like,
Like, can't he see over there? Can he see behind him, no? Like,
are you having me on, like?
it's like, no, he just turns around.
Yeah.
That's how he sees behind him. And the mother tail is that's just a lie. They just have a sixth sense. That's what that is.
Well, the child's too quiet. That's what it is.
Yeah. Did you come up across anybody that was weird in Duns? Like, surely you have someone. I mean, I know you were only stacking bread, but like, surely someone
Bread.
came up.
All right, man.
That's
Stack
what you were
a lot
doing.
of things. What about the?
Oh, the second time.
Yeah, I actually worked
The
there.
first time you stacked bread. The second time you were actually working.
Yeah.
Did you come across anybody that was a bit wacky?
Well, I mean, I never really stuck around with people for that long because you don't shop with them unless they're really old. You kind of just defer them somewhere else.
Yeah, I had this one ask for coconut milk once, and I like searched the entire back because it wasn't in the fridge.
Right.
I don't even think we had coconut milk.
Yeah, I mean, no. Some woman asked me before, do we have any of those like big plastic? They're like lunch boxes, but they're huge. They're like
yeah.
whatever. Do you have those? And I went, yeah, they're there. She's literally standing beside him. She's like, no, they're not the ones. And I was like, you check the, the clothes section. Do you know, like
Yeah.
the other half of Dunn's?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's shite in there as well. Like there's boxes and stuff. I was like, I checked it. She had like an answer for every question. I was like, I don't have the answer. I'm just trying to help you out. Like I didn't say that, but that's what I felt.
Let me just tap in.
No, I've done this. No, I've done that. And I'm like,
I'll tap into the security cameras real quick.
I'm like, what are you? They're there. What do you want from me? I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I helped a surprising number of children find their parents, or like not wander
I got
away.
lost in Duns once in Shannon.
I don't know why a lot of people do. Like the child was just, I was like, "You all right?" And then you could see him kind of like,
"Who's this guy?" Oh, yeah, I lost my mom in the clothes part because I was too.
It's
small.
because they kept coming up to the suites and then they forgot what aisle they were being checked out at.
Oh yeah,
and then they'd be like, because Dunn's at Christmas time, there's like 400 people there.
Oh, I know. I went. It was crazy.
I literally had to stop what I was doing, and we got like 3 of us open a pack of celebrations, just walk around in the queues and be like, "Do you want one?"
You have to do that.
We had to do that because the queues were like to the back of the store and looping.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
So you went around with a celebration box open.
It was Christmas time.
So you were just giving away sweets. Well,
Dunn's has a lot of money.
why didn't you take some for me?
Why didn't I take some for myself? That's the question.
Oh yeah.
I started like it was like I think there was some fella. I kept giving them to employees as well, though, just to keep everyone happy. You see him like walking around.
Yeah, they just want to go home.
Do you want a sweet? And they're like, "What? Yeah." Fucking
Yeah.
You grab like 4 sweets and you're like, "Yard." Stroll away.
The caramel ones are the best.
Yeah.
Caramel
No, but
ones. Is that the
nothing
one that
really
has
weird.
the purple one with the nut in it? Is that quality?
That's an eclair, isn't it?
Wait, is that Quality Street? Are you talking about Quality Street?
Celebrations, heroes.
Oh, I prefer Quality Street.
No, I don't.
Or yeah, no, I think I don't know if
Quality
it's
Street was
roses.
better when it came in the tin, because it's just at that time they had the tinfoil wrappers in the tin and they tasted different to what they taste like now. They're like made differently, I swear to God.
What I don't understand is why they made them out of plastic now. Surely tin is more reusable.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so
Because you can always bend metal. You can't like it's harder to burn down plastic and let the plastic fumes go in the air than
that's
just
why you recycle.
yeah. But like, you know, when you recycle like bottles into like something cool, like a headset, let's say, don't you have to like melt it down?
Well, it's going to get molded. It's not going to get evaporated.
Oh, I suppose yeah. It won't melt into steam.
No, it will just melt into a liquid and then they mold it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, like what are they just use metal? It's better.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be better, more durable too? So you know, if your kid smashes on the floor, it doesn't just.
Plastic wouldn't do that.
It's like a pinata. Quality Street pinata.
Yeah, well,
I think
anyway,
I've only hit a pinata once in my life.
that's a great fact.
Once,
Why do you remember it so well, and why only once?
because it was some party or something somewhere, I can't remember. But
Well, you ever go to that party when someone's like 8 and they have 40 kids there because everyone in their class gets invited and y'all line up to hit a pinata?
no, I never did that.
Oh, just me, so.
I did go to one of those, you know, climbing places once.
Oh,
no,
like
once a lot of times.
Dennis's Den.
Yeah, that kind of thing where
fun
you just
times.
climb through the tunnels.
They're
and
slick, man.
Oh, they really were. And then you find someone hiding in the little tube at the end where the window is, and you just see someone sitting there, and you're like, "What are you doing there?"
They have those in
I'm
McDonald's.
just
in Spain.
tired. They do.
In Spain, yeah, in McDonald's, they just have them there. They're not as big, but yeah,
We're meant to be in Spain right now,
Yeah, we are.
but
But now we have to sit at home and wear masks everywhere we go.
yeah, but I mean, not at home.
Speaking of stuff we're supposed to be doing this week, what did you do this week? Supposed to have done at
This
least.
week I went driving again, so I learned driving
Uh-huh.
again. You
Right.
know?
Mhm.
I got another design project to do, not project, but another design to do. So I have to the project I was doing for. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't know if it's. I don't know. The project that I had to do for the website, designing the website.
Okay. You had to do a project for your design website.
So I had to do that, and then I did a logo for them as well. I'm doing a logo for them.
You're working on more stuff with the same client.
Yeah, so I sent it off them. I sent off them a logo there yesterday. So that should be, I should be getting feedback on that soon enough. I sent 2 variations. I don't know if they're gonna like it. It's much better than what they have right now, because what they have right now is just one. They have 2 words in their name, right? And one word is just a light green, and the other word is a green, just a normal green, like a darker green.
Oh, lovely.
That, and it's capitals, thin text, and that's their logo. So
that could work.
That's what they have. Why would I redo it?
That's what I'm saying. New English font is like banging at the moment.
I did more of like an actual logo, because they want something. They're a news website, so they wanted something, fresher, I suppose. And I was thinking of Independent, and they have like a harp and then their name. So they have a logo. I know it's not their own logo. It's a very universal logo. But
if you literally just wanted another variation, you could just do the text in the light green, and then the other text in like one of those rounded rectangles in the darker green, and leave the text white. Because if they work right now with the logo they have, they probably work with.
I was thinking of doing a type of more of like an icon, really, but I suppose I could do that. Yeah, I was thinking an icon and in their name.
Yeah.
Your exercise ring is usually further along by now.
Apple Watch telling you off, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got a time lapse as my watch face.
Gotta get up and do a few jumping jacks for the podcast, man.
No, I'm okay, thanks. I'm good for now. So that's all I've really been doing. I don't know what you've been coding, I'd imagine.
Not as much this week. Did a little tip and tad to my project. Not major, because I kind of had a roadblock, so I've been learning more Polish. I now have a Polish folder.
Speak to me.
Stuff. I know all the colors of the rainbow, at least.
Oh yeah, I know those two.
I can count to 10. And I
count
can
to 10.
phonetically pronounce the alphabet. So
they do have a different alphabet for that.
Yeah. And I've learned little words here and there, but like
the dog drinks water, like
more useful phrases.
Oh yeah. Okay, so nothing Duolingo's telling you.
No, so for example, yaksha mash is, I probably butchered that, but that's how are you?
Sounds like I like mash.
Yeah.
Which I do.
And then you reply with umanya chebia aso chebia. No wait, umanya dobrze aso chebia, which means like I'm good. How about you?
I'm chilling. Thanks.
Yeah, slick. All right. Well, that's my Polish. That's what else am I doing now? I did a workout this week, just one. Thought I was gonna do more, didn't. And I did a CrossFit workout day thing, where I made it fit me because I need to get back into it. So the workout is you do a mile run, then you do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then you do another mile run. So I took out the running.
Okay.
Wait till you hear it pick apart this like a fucking sandwich.
But I feel like the running is the most important part, no? That's why it's called CrossFit, not cross buff.
Yeah, but I'm doing a circuit anyway.
Okay.
So I'm doing a circuit of 10 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, 30 squats. So I did 3 circuits. And that was literally tiring enough to have me aching the next day and out of breath. So, and I could eventually put it up because you're supposed to do 10 of those circuits. You're not supposed to do a circuit, but I figured that would be better for CrossFit and not cross buff.
Cross buff.
So
I would partake in cross buff.
It's just called the gym, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a workout anyone that's listening can try because I liked it and I need to do more of it, but it was enjoyable, to say the least.
I went cycling once. a couple weeks ago.
Couple.
But I did like 3 miles like really quickly. I can't remember the time, but I did it really quickly. So I was dying, going up hills and downhill, and downhill was my favorite part because I didn't have to do shit. But I was still like I should be doing stuff, so I still would pedal every now and then on the downhills. But it was tough.
Yeah.
So I did it too quickly, which kind of made me die when I got home. I should have taken my time. I should have actually gone for the long run rather than just a quick up and back, because it didn't do much for me. It was nearly 4 miles really.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I'd be better off going for a walk for half an hour than cycling really quickly up and down hills.
Probably, yeah.
Because it's in the back road, so it's like it really is just up and down a load of hills. And
yeah.
I mean, that didn't really work
What's
out
our
well.
runtime? I can't read the screen.
32.
32.
Yeah.
Guess now it's about time for a word from our sponsor.
Um.
Us. Check out our Patreon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got a Patreon. There's 3 tiers. Check it out. Patreon.com/chatlab. Yes, I remembered the URL. It's not that hard to remember.
Yeah. Basic tier is like $3, and you get things like you get to hear it early. You know, as you go
You
up,
get a
you can
shout out
bonus
from
episodes
your boys.
Just the whole 9 yards. So you check it out at patreon.com/chatlab.
I think it's /.
Shut up.
Just type a /. You'll find it. And if you're listening to the video version or watching, it'll be in the description. So that's that. We're on. What are we on? We're on Spotify. We're on Apple
What are we on?
We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts.
And if you're sub to our RSS feed,
It's on our website too.
get Spotify. That's lame.
Yeah. So we're on our own website, our RSS feed. We've got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We're also on Twitter, but we're not putting the podcast there.
Yeah, we're kind of everywhere. So
Yeah, everywhere except Instagram and Snapchat
we're everywhere.
and LinkedIn. We're not on that either because we're not. I don't know why we would be, but I said everywhere except, so I had to.
We're not on Facebook.
Oh,
That
we're
could
not
be
on
one.
Facebook.
How
We're
about that
not on
one?
Facebook.
Uh-huh.
No Facebook gaming over here.
We're on Mixer.
We're on Mixer still. I tried Mixer, but it
We
wasn't
both
good.
did. I suppose we can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so okay, so
For those of you that don't know, Mixer is dying and it's closing and
Facebook
merging
gaming.
into Facebook gaming, which means that they're being bought out by Facebook.
Yeah, so I think it was more of a takeover than a merge, really.
Yeah. You could see in the market, like, Facebook was just doing better.
Yeah, so basically, we've both streamed a good amount.
Recently,
You're
more
kind
of a
of
good
you're
amount.
kind of more getting it because my internet at home is dog
Yeah,
shit.
Twitch affiliate in that. Link in the description.
Yeah, I didn't quite get there before before I had to move.
Yeah, no, Evan is an arrow, isn't he? With the whole internet, he can't really stream if he can't upload
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, I can't
but
do anything.
I used to stream on Twitch about 4 years ago. I'd literally just put on Overwatch and just stream
You
it.
did?
Yeah,
Oh.
on another account. But then stopped that because just wasn't doing it right from the begin with. But then we started streaming on Mixer, like what, 20?
Well, we did Twitch first, didn't we? We did Twitch. I did Twitch first.
You did.
I did Twitch first. We were doing that was when Fortnite was still big for us.
Peaked.
I was streaming Fortnite. Didn't have a great PC build at that time.
Right.
Why the internet still wasn't great.
Yeah, I tried streaming Fortnite at that time as well, but I don't think they released the NVIDIA encoder for GPUs, so it was just throttling my CPU and I couldn't play. So
Yeah, so like as in like that's the most we did, and it even wasn't that great.
yeah,
But as far as then Mixer, we kind of moved on to Mixer for a bit. I think I was still doing Fortnite then.
I was too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fortnite and Minecraft.
So we did Fortnite for a bit on Mixer. Not many people had a Mixer account. Like a lot of people might have a Twitch account, but not a lot of people have Mixer. And I know there's less viewers on Mixer, but more interaction because of the fact that
They also
there's-
push you on the homepage. They're like,
Yeah.
check out these new streamers.
it's not as saturated.
We thought it would be the next platform, so we hopped on it, and
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, I thought nothing's happening on Twitch, really. Like nothing really is happening. So I was like, maybe Mixer is the way to go. Went on it for a bit, saw no growth. No one from my Twitch came over either. So
Yeah.
it was like there was no point.
Exactly.
I was getting no real new viewers. So I thought, okay, whatever. By the time that happened, by the time I just didn't care anymore. Really, I stopped streaming. I stopped bothering. So I stopped, and then we started back up again recently.
Yeah, we stopped because it was kind of dead. And
Just streaming was a bit boring at that stage.
it was Fortnite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't have the PC for it really. I definitely didn't,
Yeah.
because before I just got a PC upgrade recently, but before then I had
Thanks to our Patreons for supporting that.
but before then I had the worst setup. Really, it's 5 years old. It's really old. It was kind of old when I got it 5 years ago. I had one of AMD's first graphics cards, the Sapphire graphics cards. I don't know if they owned if the AMD owned it then. I don't know, but horrible card, horrible setup.
Just state of the art shite.
Yeah, but even with that setup, a couple years ago, I got a 1060, so I was able to play games a bit better, able to stream a bit better. So I was still running DDR3, still running AM3 Plus sockets. I really old stuff, but
For those of you who don't speak computer, that's bad.
that's old. That's 5 years old.
It's old, hence worse.
So I was still running all that, and I decided I'd still stream again because I kind of wanted to stream again, and then we kind of started streaming basically at the same time. I had a bit of a schedule going, and then it dropped off because I don't know, I think I can't remember why, but I was doing something, or I was busy, or I didn't have something, or I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
But then I moved to my dad's for a while, and the internet, my download is anywhere from 100 to maybe 400, 500 when on a good day, kilobytes per second.
Oh,
Kilobytes.
you had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
Kilobytes per second, which means I'm not even running at a meg download. I can't even get a megabyte download.
Well, I mean, not to kick your balls, but if it's B with a small b is kilobit, and that's 7 times worse than...
It's kilobytes.
For sure.
Kilobytes. As in, when I'm downloading, it's kilobytes per second. I don't know on the speed test. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm running with, and I have to use my hotspot a lot because I can't use the internet when someone's working at home, because everyone's working at home now. So I have to give them the Ethernet cable. I have to leave it with them. I have to use my hotspot, which then takes into my usage, my free usage. So I could get charged more, because they don't expect you to use up all your unlimited data, because it's not unlimited.
Yeah.
It's,
believe it or not.
there's a limit. After that, you can still use it, so it's technically unlimited, but it's
not unlimited free data.
You get charged, yeah. So that's basically what my problem is. I can't even play online. It's that slow.
Yeah.
It's that bad. But we're getting an upgrade soon. They said mid-July. It's mid-July. We still haven't gotten it, but it should be happening soon. And I'll be able to stream. I'll be able to, download things at a good speed. I'll be able to play online again with the bro.
And then before you know, we might do one of these live.
Maybe. That'd be interesting. There'll be nothing we can do. But yeah, so I think I might I'll definitely get back into streaming once my internet's better, because it's just not right now. It isn't. It's dog shite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have amazing internet here.
Yeah.
It is like sickly amazing.
It does well.
How fast would you download GTA?
I don't know.
It's like 80 gigs.
I don't know the maths for that. 11 megs a second.
11 megs a second.
We don't need to do the maths on that. That's fine.
No. But that's kind of my base for how fast things are. I usually go for a GTA standard because it's such a big thing that if you have really good internet, it could download pretty quickly. I think you know Bitwit, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
He got a new studio, got fiber internet, and I think he can download GTA in like 10.5 minutes.
That's pretty good.
I did the maths and it was like 10.5 minutes for 80 gigs, which is crazy.
That's pretty good.
I mean, like, but having the computer upgrade is phenomenal. I mean, like, I don't stutter in games. Not me, as in the game doesn't stutter. I'm just playing games. But like, it's constant over 160 FPS on GTA with all high settings. You know, and graphics mods.
You're just short the internet now to get back into streaming, I guess.
Yeah, really. And I have to uninstall all the mods or just reinstall GTA to play online. But sure, it's okay. I'll live without my Audi R8.
Yeah.
I'll be okay. I'll survive. But yeah. So I suppose we can move on to the question I had, which is
The question at hand is...
if you could have one quality that you do not already possess, what would it be?
What would it be?
Stop. What would you do? I already have an answer, so I'll let you.
I haven't thought about this. Again, like last week.
Okay, so do you want me to?
No. It's better if I gave some actual thought to this. Broke down the question a bit.
Okay.
Quality?
Quality as in, I guess the ability to create poetry, the ability to sing, the ability to...
Talent.
Yeah, but maybe even just the ability to show more empathy, the ability to be more confident, things like that, as in talent and just qualities about yourself, about your personality. So kind of either, because I have one that's kind of a talent, kind of
I
a
could
quality
have one quality.
that you
Just
don't-
one.
that you don't already have. Yeah,
Oh, so like an additional quality.
yeah. So anything
Right.
you've always wanted that you don't have.
Hmm.
Like, are you shit at making poetry? Do you want to be able to do that?
Then I'd just be a rapper then, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I suppose that's not really a quality anymore. That's like the person you want to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll just let you have your little think.
Dude,
right?
yeah, let me think about this.
My personal, what I would like is perfect pitch. I would love to be able to hear a song and play it immediately, because I make music on the side. You know, I make music on the side, and it's tough. It can be tough to, especially when you don't have any musical background. I never learned how to play piano. I never learned how to play guitar. I have a guitar at home. I have a MIDI keyboard that I use, which I do use to make beats, which I can play basic things on. So I haven't learned really, but I've learned.
I wish I could sing though.
Yeah,
That'd be so good.
yeah,
like
that would be good too.
you don't
I feel
need
like,
to be
but
like,
if you have perfect pitch, you could sing. Maybe if you got a bit of, maybe I don't know, but I think that would be useful because it would be really easy to make
if
music.
you had perfect pitch, you'd always be key, but
Yeah, and you'd know how to. Surely you'd know straight away.
doesn't mean actually you have the vocal cords to do it. You just know what it should be.
Yeah, so if I wanted to sing a G and play a G, I could do that. But-
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it may not sound beautiful, but at least I'd know what it should sound like. Apparently, if you play music, like really complex music, to a toddler, like a toddler or a baby when they're growing up, that could give them perfect pitch. It could. So that's weird.
or you could just turn out with a nerd that likes Mozart.
Well, like, you do it when they're a child, so they don't like think about Mozart. You just do it
Chance it, like.
when they're a baby, so that when their brain is developing a lot, it develops this complex music into it, so that easy music is like perfect pitch. Apparently.
I'll just let them listen to Drake. It's on repeat.
Oh, very complex.
God's plan.
God's plan. Yeah, very, very, very unique and very, very difficult. So you'd say sing, would you?
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd just like to be able to sing. It would be really nice. But I'd also like to be able to learn several languages and have them retained very well without it being too hard. Because a lot you see some people that can just learn 6 languages and know them all and speak them fluently.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't
Be
I
an
don't
incredible
understand
skill
being
to
able-
have.
And the thing is that they know how to switch easy. And I always got that. So, like, learning Irish and learning French, you'd get, because we're in Ireland if you didn't know.
Couldn't tell.
Wouldn't tell, lads. Learning Irish and then learning French, when you're in exams and you need to think of a French word, you think of an Irish word, and vice versa. I don't understand how people can on demand switch between 2 different languages, especially if they're so different.
Well, sometimes you think in one and speak the other. 'Cause
Yeah, actually,
thinking in a language is
I
fluency.
saw someone who's bilingual and they got a question that said, "Do you think in Russian or English?" And
Yeah.
they were like,
Both.
"Both, yeah."
Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's the Spanish that they learned in school. Like it's always different. But I've never once thought in Irish. I've never once thought in French.
I have French. But then did my school and I left, so.
But like maybe in class, but like out of class, I wouldn't think, what do I need to do today in French in my head? Like I wouldn't do that. I might think of what I need to say or write down, but I would in class. But other than
It was
that,
only a very brief moment and it wasn't more than once. And it was in the shower, but it happened. So I was there, but I missed it because school was over, so.
what did you say?
I was just thinking about you have one of those arguments in your head with yourself. And then I thought of a comeback in French. So I was like, wait. That was weird. It was just so perfect.
So you insulted yourself in French.
Well, no, I insulted someone else, but you're having it with yourself.
Oh.
You're not having
Is
an
this
argument.
is this one of those you could think of a comeback afterwards?
No, it's just a fake scenario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As long as you weren't arguing with me, I'm okay.
Sorry, that was arguing with Jesus
Oh,
about
really?
the Bible. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Just telling him how it needs more dragons to be cool. He wasn't having it.
More dragons. I need dragons.
So does Jesus. That kid needs to chill
just
out.
move on from Jesus dragons. Okay. What are we saying? We'll go on.
I don't know, you kind of skipped over... We didn't skip over interview, we kind of made it more thorough, but maybe if we were to just bounce back a little bit into that topic.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so...
A lot of people have a problem with how you have to be fake to get a job.
Yeah, so in Central, I did that when I first went. I mean, I'm not going to say I was fake, but like... I'm going to tell you off the record, right? Off the record right now.
Off the record, literally on record.
Yeah, in front of all these people, but off record, off the record, right? I just kind of thought of what they'd like to hear. Yes,
That's what you gotta do, though.
it was half true because obviously, I wanted to work there. I obviously had a desire to work there for a reason. It wasn't just like, oh, this will do to get me money. It was like, I actually kind of want to work here. So instead of just saying, I just want to, I had to kind of, spice it up a bit. So I said that, the feeling I get from the place is family and all. And I went real
You said that?
soppy. And it worked.
Right.
I was kind of
I
like...
don't play that card.
No, because he's like, what do you think of when you think of this place? And I was just like, there's a real sense of family, like between all the colleagues and all this stuff, and a kind of community between the customers and the people working. So that's kind of the story I went with. Was just that there was a sense of family and community, but that was kind of it. I didn't really like do too much, but I did bring it up a little
The
bit.
only thing I have to bullshit is how extroverted I am.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, I have trouble working with people in public, but like sometimes, but I wouldn't bring it up. And when I'm busy and I'm...
I just meant for an interview standard, I need to show them that I'm someone that can talk
Yeah. I
when I'm
suppose.
not, and that's hard. But it's the only thing I have to bullshit.
Like, you'd
with.
rather be alone all day stocking shelves than being on the till where you have to be like, "Hi, how you doing today?" And then
Yeah,
have that
I could do
awkward
that, and I
interaction.
probably would enjoy it, but not for that long, and not with the shitheads that exist everywhere. So.
I mean, I had to do that, and
Yeah.
I actually didn't like the till. I wanted to get on the till really badly, and then once I was on it, I wanted to get off.
I didn't want to get on at all. I'm terrified.
It's apparently because you're standing still the entire time.
Your back gets sore.
Not even that. You're just standing still. It's boring. You're not actually doing anything, and then you've got to set a standard because you're at the front. Whereas when you're in the back, you don't have to do much standard because nobody's seeing you.
Hey, how you doing? Just in the
Yeah,
fucking
and
corners.
some people are just, it's the same with Specsavers. Some people are just whack. They're just super wacky. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Mm.
And then with Gavin, he went in for the job, and he got a job in Super Value, right?
Right.
So he got a job in Super Value, and I'd say he was there. He was technically employed 2 weeks, and then he got fired. Or as he says, he didn't get fired. So I think he worked. He actually went in for work. I think it was part-time, like twice, maybe once. I don't know. Maybe it was 3 times. Who knows? But it was not enough times, and he kept like blowing them off. And then he needed to go in to talk to them because they wanted to talk to him, and he blew them off for that too. And they were like, no. So they just fired him like after 2 weeks.
Oh.
So he barely even worked. And he had a job for 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And then my first job, I was able to keep it for a year because I listened to people. And then in Specsavers, when I was
Just
given,
showing up makes a difference, though.
and then when I was given a talking to, I said yes, and I actually listened and worked on it. Because yes, I got given out to like once, twice maybe in Specsavers. In Centra, not so much. In Centra, it was always kind of, you're doing good. Because I was only there, very little. So, but yeah, I think it's just kind of funny that he got a job and then got fired very quickly. And he was older than me then than I was when I got my first job. I was 15, I think, when I got my, just nearly 16. Like 3 months off being 16 when I got my first job, and he was 18, 19, and he got fired like 2 weeks in because he wasn't even there for the 2 weeks really. So I always find that funny. Now he's working in biomedical devices company in Limerick, and he's doing well. I mean, he got his master's. I mean, it's insane the turnaround he had.
Yeah.
I mean, he became introvert to extrovert. Like he hadn't had a sip of drink until he was like 20 or 19, 20.
Yeah.
So funny when he first did it too. It was like he kept drinking stuff, and it was, I'm a scientist, I'm experimenting. It was what his excuse was, because he didn't realize that it was hitting him. But we all knew it. We were all laughing, but he just thought he was experimenting and, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He wasn't one of those kids that would go out bush drinking at 14.
Yeah.
He was very, I'm never going to drink. So, I mean, like, and he didn't for a long time because he was such an introvert. He didn't have a reason to.
Suppose.
And then he picked it up, and now it's just whatever. It's casual. But that's basically the story of Gavin's job experiences himself. Gavin's my brother, by the way. I don't know if I said that.
You didn't.
Gavin's my brother. But yeah. So do you want to give us your
Yes, to
non-daily
non-daily but weekly dose. Weekly, daily dose of life advice.
weekly dose of life advice? Because last time we said daily.
Yeah, and turns out we filmed this podcast weekly. Who knew?
Yeah, it's almost like we knew it but didn't think about it. So do you have your advice?
I do.
What's our advice this week?
When you meet someone, either for the first time or you're not friendly enough with them to have a casual conversation, you meet up with them, it makes it so much easier to break the ice with talking about something you did in the last 10 minutes than anything else.
What do you mean?
Oh, hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Jeez, Sam, I was just stuck in the car there. The traffic's taking ages, man. It was ridiculous. And you keep talking back and forth, and you talk a little bit, and it eases, and it eases.
Oh, so you're saying talk about something that just happened to break the ice?
Because you're confident with that. You can't fuck that up.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what
And
people...
they were going to listen to it because it's not something they're used to hearing.
I mean, that's what people do with strangers as well. Like, you meet someone, you're like, oh, or even someone you don't talk to that often, you're like, oh, how you doing? And they're like, oh, grand, you know, look at the weather out today. Yeah, sure, it's a lovely day today. It's a bit windy though. Yeah, sure. Rain cast for
It's
us
just
later.
small talk, and it's just a way to make it more
Usually
natural.
people use the weather as a very easy thing to talk about because it's current. It's happening there and then. But I suppose 10 minutes...
If you make it a bit more personal, it could
I suppose 10 minutes, yeah. And then, you know, who knows? You might talk about cars. You
talk about your commute. Talk about your morning.
Yeah, you
whatever.
might talk about a certain building that both of you
talk about how you're...
or
If you're
it
in
could
the
be anything.
same class or something, talk about it. I don't know. It's that kind of thing.
Like, oh, Mr. What's
recently happening?
Mr. What's face emailed me saying, you know,
yeah,
I need to have my
like
thing
that.
in. Do you have it in? Yeah, I don't know. I suppose that's technically recent enough to be able to talk about it pretty easily. I do find like sometimes whatever you're doing, especially if that person is in the same line of work or school, it's really easy to talk about that initially because you can both relate.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, Supervisor Jared, wasn't he a prick today? I don't know.
Bashing on the people above you.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Pure dickhead. Turns out you're talking to Jared the prick. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our weekly dose of life advice, is to talk about the most recent thing when you're meeting someone for the first time, basically.
And with that concludes this episode.
Make sure to check us out on YouTube if you're listening to the audio.
This episode was proudly sponsored by our Patreon at patreon.com/chatlab.
Yeah, make sure to check us out on Spotify if you're listening to the video version, YouTube if you're listening to the audio version, Twitter, which is also Chatlab Podcasts.
If you're listening on YouTube and you want to listen to this on the go, just hit us up on Spotify, download it, and listen to it when you're doing
we're
whatever.
golden. In YouTube, everything will be in the description below. So
And if you listen to iTunes, well,
click on them. Yeah, we're on Apple Podcasts as well. I don't know the link for that, but just search us up.
link will be in the description of YouTube.
Yes, it will be in the description of YouTube, so you can find us there. And our website,
chatlab.podbean.com.
If you click the little menu in the left side, you'll get all the links. So our Patreon, our YouTube, our Twitter, Apple Podcasts is probably there, or just go to the YouTube channel in the description. Easy as pie. 3.14. Yeah, and we're done.
Okay. See you next week.
Bye.